What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode in our Celta Vigo career mode series. I'm really excited today, but at the same time, we've got some decisions to make, and I'm still none the wiser. You may be wondering what on earth happened last episode. I still am as well. Dortmund, a massive money move for Santi Mina. He left the club for £70 million, which meant we had a whole bunch of money to spend, £61 million. So I asked you guys to leave me comments. I gave it a couple of days just so I could get all the comments here, and there was an astounding number of them. Thank you so much for all of your support, as always. There were a few comments in there unhappy as well that Santi Mina had left the club. I understand where you're coming from, but 70 million, I honestly never expected them to accept that. So the fact he left is crazy enough, but I took a look through all the comments, and my aim right now is to bring an attacking player in. Because we lost Mina, he was, important to us in that attacking role. My of course, team looks like this currently. We'd push fast back there and ideally have a cam or a winger. We obviously signed Ryan Sessegnon as well in the last episode alongside Marcus Alonso. So they were two new additions to the team. Emre Moore's injury at the moment is still keeping him out of the side. Otherwise, he would be in there in place of Sessegnon. But I looked through, and there were three players that caught my eye. And there was quite a few suggestions for these players as well, as in, people wanted to see them. So let's have a look at the players that I actually looked at. All right, so as you can see, starting the list off, I shortlisted a lot of the players. Lukaku, I don't really want to bring him in. He's a lot of money in the wages, and as you can see, it looks like we're going to have to offer a humongous sum of money to be able to bring him. And Belotti is our striker, so that takes him off of the list. I don't want to replace Belotti. Hervé Nazano was another good shout. However, PSV will not sell him. He's too important to the club. Even if I wanted to buy him, as you can see there, the player is not for sale, which means he also has to be see-you-lated out of the shortlist. Now, Nabil Keita was a good shout, but as I said, I want to bring in an attacking player, not like a centre midfielder again. I want to bring in a cam / winger type player. And I think although Keita can play that role, there's better players in the cam role, if you know what I mean. So, again, pretty much, I don't think Keita's going to be there. But I'll keep him in the shortlist because I do like Naby Keita. But for now, I'll show you where I was looking at. So, we have these four guys, including Kai Havertz. Unfortunately, though, I don't know a lot about this kid. And I haven't got time to, scout him either. So, I'm pretty much having to work with what I've got, which is why I'm put off the signing of Kai Havertz. But I might look at him in the future. But for now, he is also going off our shortlist. So, we're left with Marcel Sabitzer, Nabil Fekir, and Ousmane Dembele. Three very good players, and three players that would instantly come in and be arguably one of the better players at the club. So to go through each of these guys, Dembele, I looked at him, got a release clause, £79 million. He's also 5-star, which is why a lot of people like this kid. 21, so age is on his side, and his form currently is bad at Barca. And the reason this would be even better for us is because we are going to be, weakening one of our rivals while strengthening ourselves. The only problem is, as I show you his attributes and stuff, he's injury prone. He's got flair and technical dribble, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Technical dribbler, but he is also injury prone. So that becomes a little bit of a problem because if I'm spending a ridiculous amount of money on a player, I want to know that they're going to be there to play for us the majority of the time. You know what I mean? So I don't want to spend upwards of 70, 80 million pounds on him for him to become injured halfway through the season. It's not what I want to be doing. So I looked at Nabil Fekir and also Sabitzer. Sabitzer, unfortunately, also has the injury-prone trait. So it's not exactly the greatest thing in the world. But these two are very, very similar. Sabitzer stands a bit taller at 5'10", as opposed to the 5'8" of Nabil Fekir. The skill moves is swapped around because Sabitzer has the 4-star weak foot and the 3-star skill moves. Whereas that switch for Nabil Fekir, he has the 4-star skill moves, but only the 3-star weak foot. And if you look at their, actual stats, they're very similar. Pretty much the same in the physicals, pretty much the same in the technicals. So the only thing that's really separating the two is the fact that Nabil Fekir has more traits and doesn't have that injury-prone trait itself. He's also standing at 3 overalls higher, but he will cost more money as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make an offer for all three of them. Then, depending on which gets accepted, might make my job even harder. So we're going to start with Ousmane Dembele. And I apologise because, of course, the first bit of the episode today will be literally me just talking. But if you want to skip this, I will add a timestamp to whoever we sign. I'll add the timestamp there, and you can go from there if you're not interested in making, obviously, whatever I'm saying. But for Ousmane Dembele, I'm going to go in with a £55 million offer straight up, because he's worth 53. That's what I mean. 95. So it's going to have to be the case where I activate the release clause. And the most I think I can offer is 68. That's literally the most I can with no wage budget. So already Dembele out the window. Okay, so after having a few words with the Lyon manager, they decided that they want 64 for Nabil Fekir. I'm going to try and counter this and get it a little bit lower because I think 54 is a lot of money. I'm going to go 55 here. Oh, sorry, 64 I said there. They're happy for that. So £55 million is the first one that we've negotiated. Doesn't mean we're going to sign him yet, though, because we're still going to negotiate with Marcel Sabitzer and see how much Red Bull Leipzig want for their cam. And obviously, if this is significantly cheaper, it may be the better option to go with Sabitzer. So we're going to go with a £34 million offer straight up here. 55, remember, is what we've negotiated with Nabil Fekir. They want 49. See, I don't really want to go too high, so I'm going to say 40. It's not made my job any easier. Oh my goodness me. What do I do, man? 55 for Fekir or 40 for Sabitzer. Okay, so I've kind of made my decision, but I'm going to wait and see what's to happen when I offer a contract. So, of course, Nabil Fekir would be crucial if he came in. Contract length, 4 years I'm going to go for. Yeah. Honestly, like, this is one of the harder things I've had to do in this series so far. I never expected to be put in a situation where I would have this kind of money to work with and these caliber of players that I'd be trying to sign. Nabil Fekir wants... See, like, I could get him right now for that money. You know what? I'm going to do it. Nabil Fekir... It's so close between the two players. And, as I said... What? Hang on a second. 135 grand a week. Hang on a minute here. What's going on? Yeah, I may as well. So... Nabil Fekir joins the club. He is the latest of the mega signings that we're going to make on this series. And after that, we have £4 million left in our transfer budget. So the only thing now will be pre-contract signings. I hope I haven't, you know, upset any of you out there who wanted to see it happen. I had no idea which way to go. And it just got to the point where I was looking at this thinking, they're so similar, Sabitzer and Fekir, that it was difficult to decide. The only thing that did swing me was that 3 overall higher and the fact that I, you know, only paid £15 million more. I'm sure at some point in the near future I will use Sabitzer in another series, but in the end, it will be Nabil Fekir who joins us here at Celta Vigo. So as I did mention as well, guys, I apologise to anybody that I may have upset, but he's still a very good player, Nabil Fekir, and I can't wait for him to get started at the club. Look at those stats, man. 87 overall, he's in the side. He's actually... 1 overall higher than Belotti, so he now becomes our highest rated player. I don't know what shirt number he's going to wear because I don't know what's available for him. I'll have a look in a moment and change that around. We've got 5 hours left in the window though, and we still are yet to receive an offer for the want-away Lobotka, and we've still got some pre-contracts to do as well. In terms of the pre-contract signings, there's only really one player that I'm looking at currently, and it's this young man, Andreas Pereira from Manchester United. 23 years of age now, so... he can be signed on a pre-contract. I don't know at this point what his overall is, so I don't want to upset him, but I'm going to go rotation here. He wants important. I thought he would. So we'll accept important. As I said, I'm unsure as to what his overall currently is, but for a squad rotation player, I'm pretty happy with that one. He can have that release clause as well, because I don't think he's going to play a massive part in our side. And in terms of the wage, I feel like 60 grand is fine. We'll see. Apparently not. So on that note then, after we didn't get Andreas Pereira, I found another player that I'm looking at. Alan from Napoli, 82 rated midfielder. I'm going to be willing to try and sign him over to the club. Important 3-year contract, happy with that one. Don't quite know where I went wrong with Andreas Pereira. Clearly didn't offer him enough money in the way of what he wanted. I'm not going to put a release clause on Alan because I think he might have a good couple of seasons for us. So let's have a look in terms of the money. He's on 70 grand a week at Napoli, so I'm going to offer 65 here. It's always nicer when you have that little bit of work with because you know what they're going to want. And he wants 61,000, but I'm going to take away the bonus, re-offer him the contract. 69, happy to give him that. So he becomes our second signing of today's episode, but he will join us next season when his contract expires with Napoli. So yeah, welcome Nabil Fekir and welcome Alan to the club. And with that, comes a close on deadline day, and the transfer window in January has now shut. Let's take a look at, I guess, the mega deal, see if anything has changed from the last episode, which it will have because we have signed one, of course. So, Gelson Martins joining Bayern, but of course that was done earlier on in the season. In terms of deadline day, Mina to Dortmund, that was the major one. Lazio have sold De Vrij to Monaco. We, of course, signed Nabil Fekir. Is there any other big deadline day? Titi going to Manchester City. That's a rhyme, though. Again, though, Barcelona losing a player and not strengthening. Wait, that was done at the start of the season. What am I talking about? Never mind. But yeah. Anything else? No, I don't think there's really anything else to report. But all in all, it was a very interesting window for us. Selling on Santi Mina, but bringing in 4 new players. 3 of them join us right now. Alonso, Fekir, and Sessegnon. And then, of course, Alan to join us at the end of the season. Let's get into some games then. All 3 of our new players to make their debut today. Marcos Alonso, Ryan Sessegnon, and then, of course, Nabil Fekir. Fekir is wearing the number 17. This is Marcos Alonso. First touch in a Celta Vigo shirt. We'll find Nabil Fekir. Can he have the same sort of impact that Santi Mina had on the club when he first joined? We'll see. Marcos Alonso, 14 minutes on the clock. Unable to really do a lot thus far. Alonso looking to get that crossing with the left foot. It's whipped in towards Belotti, and it will be cleared away for a corner ball to us here. Not the best delivery in the world, actually, from Marcos Alonso. A lot better expected of him. Fekir, ball rose, crosses in towards Belotti, and we have the first goal of the game. Nabil Fekir with the assist. Andrea Belotti doing what he does best. And it's Celta Vigo 1. Alaves 0. Unfortunate for the home side because the keeper does get a touch to this, just not strong enough to keep it out. And it is actually Fekir who will pick up the assist as well. Great delivery. There wasn't really too much the keeper could have done, actually. But Belotti is left completely unmarked. It's a free header from the Italian. And I think that might be 16th of the season? 15th of the season for Andrea Belotti. Still a very good return thus far. We've had 17 or 18 games now in the league. He hasn't played all 18. I think he's played 15 or 16. So he's averaging just about a goal a game in this season, which is tremendous. We are in the stroke of half-time, and there is the half-time whistle. So we will go into the break at a goal still up. Since we've gone 1-0 up, though, we struggled to really get that final ball to create a second chance. Alaves haven't had a lot going forward. We've managed to defend pretty much everything they've thrown at us. We have had 5 shots. Just nothing coming of those shots at the moment. And as it stands, we will still head towards our 3 points. But I'll feel a lot more confident if we can grab that second goal in this second half. It's been a good debut from Fekir, especially alongside that as well. Ryan Sessegnon's had a lot of the ball down this right-hand side. Marcos Alonso been fairly quiet so far. And just as I said about the fact that we haven't had a lot to deal with, they create their chance. It wasn't a great shot by any means, and Blanco has to make the save. So luckily, he did make the save. Otherwise, that would have made me red-faced if they'd have scored straight away. Right, Phillips, of course he's going to score. Oh, it's just typical Celta Vigo fashion under DJ Wood. Not clearing their lines. From a corner, 2 players jump up for the same ball. Bounces for Bradley Wright Phillips. And of course, somehow the former MLS man is able to just smash it in like it's nothing. Fekir, and I think is it Fekir and it is. It's Fekir and Sisto, the 2 players jumping up for that. Blanco, for some reason, is massively off his line. I can't understand why. Why is he so far off his line? He didn't come to collect the ball, so it can't be for that reason. And in the end, it's 1-1. Right, Phillips. They're in again. Blanco saved it. Mayo, please win that. Why are you heading that back into the danger area? I sent that out for the corner. I tried to clear it out to the corner there. Luckily, again, Blanco is on fire to make the save. But I don't know what on earth Hugo Mayo's thinking there. Sending that back in towards the danger areas. Fekir gives that one away. Why is Belotti running the same way as Nabil Fekir, man? It's so frustrating. But they could have been 2-1 up out of nowhere. Marcos Alonso up towards Pion Sisto. You will find Belotti. Belotti just about keeps hold of that because his touch wasn't great. And he could have quite easily run it back into the defender. Garcia. Belotti again. Fekir's made the run. Nabil Fekir in towards the penalty area. Oh, and he's finished it off just about. Oh, breathe a sigh of relief because I thought as soon as that left his boot, I was thinking that was off wide. But luckily, it hits the post and goes in. And Celta Vigo are back in front. Nabil Fekir has now scored and assisted on his debut for the club. Santi Mina-esque finish as well from him. And as you can see, right here, I was a bit unsure. As this driven shot goes in, I was thinking that might have been heading wide. But in which case, it didn't. And we have the lead back. The question is, can we hold the lead? And he does pretty well, actually, to hold that. Here is Sessegnon up towards Belotti. Belotti, strength, man. You're up there to hold up the play. You're playing solo striker. He needs to do a lot better when he gets that ball in that area. Got to hold on to it. And this might be dangerous as Wright Phillips. He's got a man over and chooses not to use him instead. Goes inside. De Ligt tries to block it. It's bounced off. And it's going to be, luckily, we have dealt with it. No. Why is Ryan Sessegnon playing that so badly? We are so sloppy at times. And without that woodwork happening there, we might have not got this win. We're holding on to a 2-1 victory in this game. But to say that I'd be happy with that performance would be really, really bad of me, because I'm simply not. We had so many passes that game, which should have been easy, that we went astray with. We get the win anyways. It's a 2-1 win. It's a great debut for Fekir, but some of the other players on that pitch need to have a look at themselves. Finally, we get an offer for the want-away Stanislav Lobotka. He will be leaving the club, 16.5 million. I'm just going to accept it straight up because I know I rejected one earlier for Dortmund for 19.5, but now he wants to leave, so I'm going to let him leave. All right, guys, one for you stat people out there. In terms of games that I've actually played and not simmed, we're now 10 games without a clean sheet. Our last one coming way back a few months ago in a 2-0 win against Fenerbahce in the group stages of the Champions League. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if I did play a game in between that. If I did, then it could have been Sporting Gijón that I played, but I'm pretty sure I simmed that. In which case, if I did play that one and I did get the 3-0 win without conceding, then it's 7 games. But still, 7, 10, not a lot of difference. I want a clean sheet in our next one. Next up is the visit of 11th place Real Sociedad. So this one will be a sim with it being at home as well. They've drawn and lost their last games against Atletico. This time around, though, we've got a good side. Fekir still in there. It's the same team that played that last game and we won 2-1. So, should be another interesting game, this one. Suarez gives Barcelona the lead against Real Betis. They are 12 points clear, behind us, as we are 12 points clear. Now, Fekir scores for the second time in as many games. That's 2 goals and an assist in his first 2 appearances. Marcos Alonso, that is, misses a penalty for us. The way that this game chooses your penalty kick takers is actually astounding. Luckily, though, we've held on to a 1-0 win, and we will get that. So, Fekir's goal making the difference. Barca winning 2-0 as well. They'll keep the 12-point gap that it currently is. So, it's happy to get a 1-0 win. But, again, I don't know why it chooses weird players to take our penalties. If it was me, it'd be Belotti every time. We had Marvelous piping up about how the fact that he wasn't getting the game time he was promised. So, with the visit of Betis here, I am going to play him alongside Daniel Vaz in CDM today. So we're at home for this one. So the only change from our usual team, 2 changes from the usual team that we were playing moments ago. Marvelous in for Dani Garcia. And Maxi Gomez gets a start on the right-hand side in place of Ryan Sessegnon. Still no news about Emre Mor returning from his injury, so we'll have to wait for that. But as it stands, we still have a very strong squad and should quite comfortably beat Betis here. I'm saying that now. Watch us lose when we play the game. Here is Vaz early on in this game. Nabil Fekir. How good does he look in the blue of Celta Vigo? Has he got some space in the box? Lovely footwork from Nabil Fekir! He dragged it wide. Oh, he did all the hard work. And the finish just was not there. Oh, man, look at that. He made it himself. He had to take it on. And unfortunately, he isn't able to convert the chance. But good footwork to get himself the chance. And as I said, he looks pretty good in that blue, doesn't he? Cucurella's made a mistake because he's come a long way there. And he's out of position now. Can I exploit it, though, is the question. Belotti driving forward, still Andrea Belotti. There's no run. There's no run. For some reason, again, Fekir was running alongside him. Marcos Alonso out wide, trying to deliver with that left foot of his. Comes out towards Maxi Gomez. Maxi Gomez to Belotti. And there is our first shot on target. It was nicely crafted in the end, although I had to work hard for it because there wasn't a lot happening in front. Fekir will cross this one in. Straight at the goalkeeper. Yeah, I might need to change something up for this second half because we've been so poor in this first one. Mayo may have to go off with an injury here because he has sustained one. I'm trying to do what I can to put Teo off here. Delivering towards the box. How is Ruben Dias missing that? What is he doing? I don't know. But Maxi Gomez will pick this up anyways. And drive forward, and that takes us into half-time. I'm thinking I'm going to have to bring off Hugo Mayo here. So, could be a big loss for us. And there is a substitution coming on. Dermisi, not traditionally a right-back, but he's going to have to play there today. And we'll have to fill in that role. I'm going to change the formation slightly as well, because it's not quite working out. I am going to go to... What am I thinking here? I don't even know what I'm thinking. Give me a second. Alright, so I switched it to a 4-1-2-1-2 like that. Narrow, with Makamba at CDM, Vaz, Sisto in the middle, Fekir as the cam, Belotti and Gomez up front. I don't know why Fekir's been given the armband since Hugo Mayo has gone off, so he'll have to wear it anyways. So yeah, 2 up top no wingers, but maybe that second man up front will cause a bit more danger to this Betis backline. We'll see. Vas, Dermisi, Belotti will find his way forward. Belotti towards Maxi Gomez now. Needs a run in front of him. He gets it from Pion Sisto. Sisto back towards Dermisi. Dermisi out towards Fekir. I can't get the shooting opportunity. Vas, Fekir. Now he will find Marcos Alonso. How have we not scored? What a save from the Betis keeper. I overplayed that slightly as well. I was trying to get the space and just, I don't know what was happening. And I just couldn't get a shot away. It eventually fell to Marcos Alonso, whose strike was goal-bound, but the keeper made a good save. Vas again. This time we'll find a great through ball towards Dermisi. Dermisi needs someone in the box. There it is, Fekir! Celta Vigo 1, Real Betis 0. I don't know what happened with the delivery back. I don't know why it went to Nabil Fekir, but he's going to slot home and we have the lead. We've deserved the lead after our second half. Switching the play to the 4-1-2-1-2 has certainly helped us. And there's Dermisi getting involved in the play. As I said, though, that one needed to go to Belotti instead. In all seriousness, though, I'm so glad to get that lead because it adds a lot of, like, kind of pressure on you when you're into the last 10 minutes and still drawing 0-0. So the worst case scenario now, I think, would be a 1-1 draw. And if you remember going into game as well, I spoke about the fact that we haven't had a lot of clean sheets recently. Well, there's ever a better time to get one. It's now when we are only 1-0 up. So yeah, boys, a lot of pressure. Can we do it is the question. It's delivered in. Christian Teo in towards the box. Dermisi gets a good block, but we haven't cleared our lines. What a save, Ruben Blanco. Marcos Alonso clears away. It's offside. What a save, Ruben Blanco. Busquets. Fekir flicks it towards Maxi Gomez. Fekir's fouled there. Referee didn't even play advantage. Dermisi. Fekir made a run through the middle. I tried to find him, but did you see that? No advantage played by the referee. Regardless, we said we wanted some clean sheets. Well, we got one. Not only that, we won the game by a goal to 0. The second half change to the 4-1-2-1-2 definitely helped. Allowed it a bit more freedom, I guess, down the wings for our fullbacks to come forward. And in the end, we deserved our 1-0 win. Fekir scoring for the third time this episode. 3 goals and now an assist for our £55 million man. Well, I wouldn't say he's had much more of an impact than Santi Mina would have, but still, you know, it's nice to see him being on form. So I'm just taking a look through a few scout reports, and we've just scouted this young fellow. Is it Ibu Kuruma? I apologise if I butchered that. Potential of 80 to 94. So we will definitely sign him up to our scouts, our youth system. In terms of this one, we have to go through as well. If I want to sign any other players and start actually promoting some players, because our youth squad is now full. So on that note, I'm probably going to do it. Let's go have a look at them now. So Edson Reis has been in here for so long. We're going to promote him as well. He's 18 years old now, Brazilian right winger. He's got decent physicals, so he's the first one I'll promote. I'm trying to just look for people that have already got their physicals pretty much grown. Jamal Koud is a big shout, but his physicals haven't really grown a lot. But he's got a great potential, the Algerian right back. He's, of course, been scouted this season. I think I'll go for the ones that we scouted this season, leave them in here. But everybody else that was scouted last season, we'll throw into our starting 11 now. Players that we brought in from our scout system. Fraser, a Canadian midfielder. Not the greatest, 53 rated. Only has a 2-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves. Reese, though, right winger. Cam, left wing, can play all those 3 with a 3-star, 3-star. So that's a little better, but still not ideal. 74 finishing already, though. And Lugano as well, a Spanish 6'1" right back with a 3-star weak foot. Don't think he's going to play that many games unless he definitely improves in his physical side. But it's nice to see, like, the majority of our, like, squad depth found in the reserves now is pretty much all game-generated players, which is what I like to see. We're using the youth system correctly as well. We've still got a bunch of players as well sat in our youth system that we are waiting to see if they will make it into our first team. All right, final game then comes against Ibar. I'm going to sim this one. And as I sim through it, guys, I just want to let you know, I'm going to try my hardest to get another episode of this series out tomorrow at 4 PM. As like me saying, you know, thank you for your support, as always, as we go 1-0 down. But Pion Sisto equalises instantly. 11 minutes, our number 11 scores. So yeah, I'll try my hardest to get another episode of this one out tomorrow. You guys are incredible. And I apologise for leaving you, what, 3 days now since we last did the last one. I've had, like, dentist and then I had driving and loads of stuff going on. So it's been quite a hectic week, actually, as well. So, yeah, there is that. But this will be how we end the episode off, depending on our results. De Ligt scoring the winner in the 87th minute. Yes. Another victory. That now should theoretically keep us 12 points clear. Oh, I didn't realize we had that game to come. So definitely, I'm going to upload another episode tomorrow. Schalke, Celta Vigo, Champions Cup round of 16. That will be, of course, played in the next episode. But, guys, I will show you the league table before we end off in a moment. So, like always, move myself out the way so you don't have to look at this ugly mug and you can see what's going... I didn't even realize we're unbeaten. We're 23 games into this season and we're still unbeaten. I did not know that. I thought we lost. I mean, if we go unbeaten, imagine the scenes. Imagine the scenes that we didn't win the league last season and we go unbeaten in this one. With the sliders exactly the same. That would be insane. So yeah, we find ourselves now 14 points clear of Barcelona. 15 clear of Villarreal. And 16 clear of Atletico Madrid. Not only that, we're 25 clear, I do believe, of Sevilla in 5th. So I'm pretty safe to say that with 15 league games to go, we should have secured ourselves top 4. Obviously, it's not mathematical, but I'm safe in saying that. And the way things are going, there's no reason we won't win the league title. So, having said that, guys, tremendous episode today. Very happy with the strengthening that we did of Nabil Fekir. Next episode, I'll bring that Schalke game to you all tomorrow, as I promised. And if you did enjoy this one, a like would be greatly appreciated. If we could hit 50 likes on this, I would be greatly appreciative of that. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all again tomorrow with another episode in the series. Don't miss it. Adios.